Hey everybody. So I just pulled up outside a church. There's a church near me that has a really great rummage sale every year. As a matter of fact, they might do it twice a year, but this is their Christmas in July rummage sale. Today's the first day. Now it's toward the tail end. There's only like a half hour left. So I'm sure there's still good merch. I hope there's good merch because this has always been a great sale. And you know I like to find things that I can use in my glasswork. And so I thought what I would do is turn the camera on and take you inside with me. I'm kind of weirded out by people who are filming content in public, so I'm not a huge fan of just walking around with my phone, but it's a church. Maybe they'll forgive me, and I'll try to catch a couple of things and a couple of ideas for you. Whether I buy them or not, I can share some ideas with you. So let's go inside. Hopefully you find this interesting. So one of the things that I've often found at this sale are frames, and I love reframing glass. These are just interesting. Not sure what this newspaper clip is, but look how cool that frame is. It's kind of got a bamboo look to it. Kind of a neat thing. There's several of them. They're only $3 a piece. Lots of frames, just, unique sizes. I thought this one was kind of neat. Let me zoom out. Just a really interesting kind of texture to that, and the gold is kind of fun. There's some damage on it, so I'm not picking it up, but lots of frame options. Okay, so check these out. They're a little rusty, but they seem like they're cast iron. So if you sprayed this really well with Zip, or I suppose washed it with kiln wash, I'm thinking you could use this as a kiln carving. You can put this flat on your shelf. There's no hook or attachment or soldering or anything done on the back. You can put this flat on your shelf, put a piece of glass over it, and basically do a firing where the glass sinks down over that and leaves that impression in there. I'm going to hold on to these. I think that that's worth an experiment. Of course, sales like this are always good for storage. If you got a little corner that you can tuck something like that into, that could be good scrap storage of some sort or any kind of storage. Here's an ornament hook that you could use to sell with an ornament, free gift with purchase or display at your booth, something like that. Okay, so for the person who wants to go all in, this is only $10. It's a lantern, and the panel in here is just like a cheap plastic. And you can see it's got clips. So you could pop this out. You could put your own glass in there. It looks like it's got lights. Don't know if they work. This whole thing lights up. But you could put your own glass in there, and this is a very large piece. You could make a pretty nice profit on something like that if you wanted to. So if you sell your products either in a booth or particularly online is what I'm thinking about, you need good photos. So don't miss the opportunity to buy things like this, like little florals, little holiday related items that you can put next. Camera's not trained in the right spot, that you can use to put next to your things to kind of highlight, give it a little seasonal flair and spotlight your work in your photos. Okay, so this is a big table. You've got stamps and stickers. So here's a whole thing of stamps. That type of thing can be used in your glasswork, stenciling. There's lots of potential and possibilities on tables like this. So, if you're into stamping, if you're into hole punching, using a hole punch to make a little copper inclusion or something. There's opportunities at tables like this. I'm probably going to stand here for a while and study this, see if I come back with anything. But don't skip these tables. Even things like this. This is just simple scrapbook paper. But if you're framing a piece of glass and you need a background, since scrapbook paper can make a nice neutral background, depending on what you choose. Cookie cutters. Put that star down, fill it with frit, lift it up carefully, and fire it. Here's a bunch more cookie cutters. There's all sorts of things that you can do with these. You could use a cookie cutter to cut a design into some fiber paper and then do a kiln carving with it. Well, if you needed candles for any of your lanterns you were selling, this would be a good place to find some. I'm not seeing anything here, but don't miss the opportunity to pick up something unique that's ceramic. You can slump into ceramics if you spray them down with Zip boron nitride spray. These are just plates, but I don't really see any unique shapes, but leaves or serving platters or something can serve as a mold for slumping. You just got to keep your eyes peeled. If you have a booth, something like this could be a cute way to display your goods. Just keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that all the time. So many opportunities for staging. So here's a big bag of fake lemons. Those might look nice next to some summery pieces for photos or in your booth. Ribbons, you could string that through your booth as long as it's not too distracting. All right, they were so kind to let us stay because there was only 30 minutes left. They locked the doors and then said the rest of us who were in there could shop for another 20 minutes or so. So I bought myself a shirt. You don't care about that. But let's see what I got. I ended up buying those lemons, $5 for those. They look half decent. I think if I make a bowl or something and then I fill it with lemons, that would be nice staging. So that's worth my 50 bucks, or excuse me, my $5. I bought this hole punch because I want to play with this. I think if you do silver foil, copper foil, something like that as an inclusion, that could look neat. So I just want to play with that and try it. I bought those 2 crosses that I showed off there. This is a watch. You don't care about that either. And then I bought this little stamp, and because I like to do memorial pieces that feature paw prints, and so you can use a little clear stamp pad, a Versamark stamp pad, to stamp on there, stamp the clear, and then add mica or cremains or whatever. So I just like that little guy. All right, so I think that's it. Hope you enjoyed this little video. Bye.